going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Now, before I get into the bulk of this episode, if you do want to pick up a copy of Cricket Coach 2014 for yourself, you can use the links down below in my description for an exclusive 10% discount. Right, guys, today we are here playing our first game of the Cricket World Cup. We are taking on Canada with a little bit of a, I wouldn't say an understrength side, but a little bit of a different side than we would normally see, especially in the bowling department. Now, we've gone with pretty much a standard side that we are used to seeing. Unfortunately, we do have no Hamish Rutherford. He is out of the tournament with an injury, as is Ish Sodhi, which is a real shame because I believe we are playing, I think we're playing in the West Indies. Yeah, we are playing the West Indies, which is a real shame because he could have been very, very crucial when it came to spin bowling. So we've drafted in Nick Beard ahead of him, so hopefully he can go and take his chance. He hasn't really been a huge wicket taker for me in, well, I guess in any format, really. He has just been more of a containing kind of guy, so hopefully he can go and find, I guess, his wicket-taking touch in the West Indies, which will allow us, hopefully, to go and, I think, go back to back to back when it comes to the World Cups. I think we are gunning for our third World Cup in a row. So you can't really ask for too much more than that. Apart from that, the batting lineup, pretty standard. We do have Guptill opening up. Tommy Latham batting at 2. He is Guptill's opening partner for this tournament, and he started off very well. He has actually gone and picked himself up a 50. Williamson at 3, Will Young at 4, BJ Watling at 5, and then it really is the all-rounders that do come in. Today, those guys... Kieran Naima-Barnett and Jimmy Neesham very fatigued from a long, hard, well, I guess series before this, and, you know, just a domestic season. So they are basically just in the side as batsmen today. The bowlers, as I said, that is going to change a little bit as well. No Doug Bracewell, no Tim Southee today. We do see Nick Beard in because the pitch is turning just a little bit. We do also have Duffy, Milne, and Ed Nuttall as well. So as I said, Tim Southee and Doug Bracewell probably come into that side. You know, depending on conditions, Nick Beard either drops out or Ed Nuttall will drop out. But I think it's a fairly solid side. I think we can go and get the job done. I wouldn't say we're struggling here against Canada, but it really is just a chance to go and get some guys in a little bit of form. Tommy Latham, his second 100 in one-day internationals. His other 100 was a massive score, 165. And he has really become a guy who I did prefer to use, you know, down in the middle, number 4, somewhere around there. But he is a guy now who really I do enjoy using as an opening batsman because he really does go and get the job done. Speaking of getting the job done, Williamson, he's doing that as well, 67 off 80. And it will be very interesting to see what happens inside these last 5 power play overs if we can go and really put the foot on the accelerator. And it is just hard playing against these sides, especially first up. Very hard playing against someone like Canada, who you can't really go and test yourself fully against. But, you know, we have still gone and put, as far as I'm aware, a fairly decent score on the board. 270, could have been a lot more. But really today was about getting Latham and Williamson, for that matter, into a little bit of form. And I'm guessing, you know, 270 is probably going to be more than enough for our bowlers to go and get the job done. So there we go, as we can see, none for 1. Just like that. And this is a great chance for Jacob Duffy to really stand up. He has at the moment only been a T20 bowler for us. As we can see, 5 matches, just the 7 wickets with best bowling of 2 for 37. So today against the Canadians, and I guess against a few of the lesser teams in this World Cup, himself and Ed Nuttall will be getting a fair bit of game time. We know what Milne can do. We know what Southee and Bracewell can do as well. So this is really a chance for the youngsters to stand up and really make you know, their mark on the squad, the impression on the squad. And it could, I mean, if you put in a good enough performance, I know you do have tried and true combinations, but if you have a new guy coming in who is performing very, very well, it is very hard if he is bowling exceptionally well or batting exceptionally well, you know, to take him out of the side. You have to find a place for him somehow, and that may be the case. We may potentially need to find a case for someone like Jacob Duffy in this World Cup squad, possibly, but it will be very interesting to see what happens. The Canadians, as expected, you know, 26 for 4 off 10 overs, going very, very slowly. And as I said, now a real chance for someone like Ed Nuttall and even Nick Beard to stand up, because Nick Beard, this is a chance for him to really come in and play, you know, play well. And when we're playing on those surfaces that do suit spinners, you know, we're playing on the subcontinent, we're playing in the West Indies, you know, we're playing I was going to say India, but India is in the subcontinent. It does give us a real opportunity to experiment and move things around. And as we can see, Ed Nuttall is really taking that chance. He's a guy who I guess in his international career so far to date for us. Has been unlucky that he's been behind the likes, even of Ryan McCone, another left armour, of Tim Southey, Bracewell, Bolt in the test matches, that he hasn't really had a chance. But he is standing up here and showing what a class bowler he is. 3 for 6 off 1.3 overs. And it will be very interesting to see if Nick Beard can get anything out of this pitch, because as I said, he's a guy who isn't a great wicket taker for us, and we will go and have a look at his wicket taking stats in just a second, as Ed Nuttall is heading towards career best figures at the moment, does just need the one more wicket. But as we can see, just the 8 matches and 3 wickets for Nick Beard, an average of 89. His economy rate normally is very good. He doesn't go for many runs. A little bit of an exception here today because he has gone for a few. But yeah, normally doesn't go for many runs, normally does keep it very, very tight. It is different. He is bowling in the power play here today, but as expected, we are going to be walking towards a very, very comfortable victory. And he does manage to go and pick one up there. 1 for 20 now, his best figures in one-day internationals. New Zealand win by 211 runs, which is, just, I guess, what we have come to expect. Tommy Latham, stand up, 144 not out. What a way to mark. You are going to be the opener. You're going to be opening with Guptill in this tournament. And what a way to start off, 144 not out. It is only against a minnow in Canada, but hey, we can't really complain too much about that. Anyway, guys, what I am going to do now is probably just play through to the end of the group stage, do the last group stage game, and then we will look at doing the knockout games from there. If we go and do every game of the tournament, it is going to take us a long time to get through, and we are going to get quite stagnated in this series. But I'm going to wrap it up here. Do hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter. Links that can be found down below in the description. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Tune in tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure what video I am going to do. Cliffy's Champions League probably won't be ready for this week. Possibly next week we will be looking to go and kick that off. So tune in. As I said, not sure what it is going to be, but make sure you do not miss